Great. So hello, Marteen Santerre here from Soul Being. And today I am speaking with Karen St. Clair. Karen is a certified EFT practitioner, and she's also a Reiki Master of Masters. I realize that my blouse perfectly coordinates with this couch, so if you can't see me, I'll try and keep smiling. So today we're going to talk about stress, because I think that's one of those things that everybody has or feels like they have, and I think a lot of times it's misunderstood in how we can deal with it. Yes. But first, let's talk about your personal story, because how did you come to EFT, and what was your journey?
Yes, thank you. Well, I was searching for a way to get rid of sciatic pain that I had had for 16 years, and I came upon EFT. I found it online, and I thought, let me just try this. I had tried everything. I'd gone to every chiropractor, every doctor, and nothing was doing anything for me. So I tried EFT, and within 20 minutes, I was able to clear the pain of the sciatic pain.
Yeah.
Right. So in doing so, I realized that it was emotional. Everything that was happening to me physically was driven by what was going on emotionally, because my 20-minute session was extremely emotional.
Yeah.
I realized that 16 years prior, it came from an injury that I had from water skiing. And my father and my new boyfriend were in the boat, and I was showing off. I can admit that now. Yeah. At the time, I didn't even have any idea that I was showing off, but I was. And in my EFT session, I realized that I had made them more important than myself, and it was very emotional.
Yeah.
It was everything, because it all came out. I got a chance to look at it. I got a chance to let it go. Mm-hmm. And when that cleared for me, the pain went away. And it's never come back.
Ever after that 20 minutes, because
No.
you resolved that emotional thing. That's
Right.
Amazing.
Right.
So you're really talking about how those emotions just buried really deep down actually manifested as physical pain.
Absolutely.
For 16 years.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or anything like raking leaves or anything with bending over, it was always
so
horrible.
Yeah.
So
So then how does, tell us how EFT, how does it work? It's emotional freedom technique, for those that don't know. How does that actually help with stress?
Well, when we can take my example and look at that. When I had that occurrence, when I was making them more important than I was, I finished up water skiing, and I couldn't hardly walk. But I didn't get from them what I was wanting. I didn't get the acceptance and the praise and everything. So I stuffed that in my body.
Wow.
And that disappointment and not feeling good enough. So what happens to us is we do stuff things in our body, and our brain is structured in a way. We have two glands in our brain. One is the amygdala, and the other one is the hippocampus. I think of the hippocampus as a huge file cabinet.
Okay.
Everything that we experience goes in the hippocampus, and it's stored there. The alarm system, which is the amygdala, gets triggered by something that is happening to you presently that you remember from the past, and the alarm goes off, and you fill with cortisol, the stress hormone.
Okay.
When you fill with cortisol, and it's supposed to happen that way. That's how we are made.
Sure, that's the fight or flight.
It's
that's how we
flight.
survived in our more primitive times.
Right,
yeah.
and it's there to keep us safe. Yeah. That's the job of the amygdala. So the amygdala fires, and you fill with cortisol. The blood goes out of your frontal lobe, goes to your extremities, so that you can flight, you can run away, or you can stand and fight, or whatever. So it's all physiological.
Interesting.
What tapping does is it brings you back to the present. It always will bring you to the present. You'll be tapping on your body on the same acupuncture points that we use in acupuncture. The reason that we use these particular ones is because they're closest to the skin, and we don't need the needles to get down. So we're having the same effect.
That's acupressure. Okay, got it.
Yeah. We're having the same effect.
Wow.
So
wonderful.
Yeah.
So then, in talking about stress specifically, is it, I don't want to say like it's imagined, but a lot of it is driven off of what we think, right? Like if we're talking about, if we're stressed about something that's happened in the past, and then it makes us feel a certain way, it gives us, and then we get stressed. So
exactly.
Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yes. We tend to live in the past or the future. rarely do we
So true.
stay in the present.
Yeah.
You know, we don't sit here and think to ourselves, oh, we're sitting here on the couch and we're just fine today. We don't even stay in the present.
Yeah.
We're thinking about what happened yesterday, what's going to happen tomorrow, and all of these things create worry. And we actually create the stress by worrying about these things and bringing them up. We have 80,000 thoughts a day, and 80% of them are what we thought, and they're negative, what we thought yesterday. We just keep rolling it forward and rolling it forward. So it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you end up with a disease. It can happen that way, anything like that.
Wonderful. So, that's great. This has been so helpful. And so any closing advice that you can give as a professional for people when that stress starts to come up, or when they realize that they're thinking about something that happened in the past or that might happen or might not happen in the future, and they start to get that feeling, what's a good way for people to deal with it right in the moment?
In the moment, I would say to check in with yourself and see how you're feeling. We need to know how you're feeling. You're either feeling angry, just as an example, angry or sad, or what is your emotion around that? And just, you can go on my website and see the script of how to start, but we start with even though. Even though. We'll do the even though sequence, and then you just start tapping on the tapping points. So we tap on the points and say what it is we're bothered by, and it brings the level of cortisol down. Tapping automatically brings the cortisol down in the body. It signals the body that everything is okay.
Oh, wonderful.
It's a signal. So even if you're not sure what to say, just start tapping.
So you're basically, it's a way for us to communicate with our bodies, to stay in our bodies and stay in the moment and get out of our heads living in the past and just be present. Because when we're present, we're here on the couch.
We're fine.
We're fine. We're wearing clothes. We're smiling, like everything is okay.
Everything
all
is
the
fine.
Things that we're worried about, it's warm. Like those things that are like those basic things that make everything okay.
Exactly.
Is actually, we're fine.
That's what's actually happening.
That's what's actually happening.
We're fine.
So what are we so stressed out about? All right, awesome. Karen St. Clair, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.